All right. TTT for TTT take two. In 3, 2, 1. Buenos nachos, amigos, and welcome to Through the Tomes, a D&D for now adventure in which a amateur dungeon master takes a group of friends through a campaign of Dungeons and Dragons, utilizing built up campaign settings, adventure modules, various tools here and there, depending on what we do in the campaign. Kind of utilizing the tools to show you how easy it is to just do D&D. How low the barrier to entry is. So I'm PD Rave, the aforementioned amateur dungeon master. Here with me is my party, my team, my cast of characters. We've got playing as Wind and Summer, Daisy.
I have off-brand Cheetos today from Trader Joe's.
Yeah, we're excited. We've got playing Toby Underbur, Brett.
I'm only going to show this time the jerked plantain chips from Trader Joe's, but I will also show. Let's do some technology here. Right there. That is a Squirtle that Daisy painted on a clothespin that I can hold my plantain chips together with.
Yes.
It's Squirtle, everybody. Squirtle. Now, technology. I'm back in focus.
Yeah. And of course, playing Lucius Cilero, we've got Matt.
I have neither snacks nor a cool hand-painted chip clip, but I do have this handy can of deoxit for all your deoxidizing needs.
No crackle up in these pots.
No, buddy.
Nope. And last but not least, playing Cilero Italian. No, not Harold Reed, but Drew.
I'm really sick of all this product placement, you guys.
As you drink your Coke.
What? It's refreshing.
This show is brought to you by Mitsubishi, but only the Mitsubishi Pencil Company.
Exactly.
Is that like the Nintendo playing card company?
Yes, the Mitsubishi makes milk, so the Zaibatsu is large.
Yes. No, this show is brought to you by Composition Books.
I got a whole closet full of those.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Notebooks are fun.
It truly is. This show truly is brought to you by Composition
I
Folders.
prefer my looked term 1917 with this fancy dotted paper.
Nice.
Little
Oh, perhaps let me grab my Kuru toga.
God.
Crap! My
notebook
notepad is
it's terrible.
I prefer the Pentel Graph 1000, not to be confused with the Graph Gear 1000.
Well, this Prismacolor number 3 is sometimes what I use. Sorry. No, it's just like when the PD brought out the when there's something on my desk.
Yes, yes. We are notebook nerds here, and that's why we get along.
I'm a pen nerd. The notebooks just come because I have to.
Yeah.
Got this little steno pad.
That's right. Look at that. Brought to you by Mead.
Various colored Post-its.
Yeah, I want. You know, I'm gonna make a commitment. I'm gonna start going into on YouTube, see if I can find some of the stationary crowd, the stationary nerd crowd.
Okay, wait,
I'm
time out. I will say. I was going to say, if you want stationery talk, the Goulet Pens Company YouTube does do work with stationery companies like Rhodia and Tomoy River, so they do have a lot of good reviews on some great A-quality notebooks, because fountain pen nerds are weird.
Yes.
I am also a fan of the Ampad quad-ruled steno book.
I mean,
great for all your lyric writing needs.
Like, it's ruled for you. You don't have to deox that
6 by 9.
Here we go, Petey. What do you got?
Yes. Shout out to Table Titans. I think it's a webcomic, but I bought this at a con, this is one of my couple of like like pre-designed adventure like notebooks that come with a page that is your character sheet, like all like stuff to fill in with all your actual character stuff. And it's dope. Like I got this one, it's an adventure journal. Or there's also the Rook and the Raven, which people again watch Critical Role know the Rook and the Raven because they've been prominent there. But I still think they're dope, and they also have these really nice like notebooks with these like loops that you can take out these papers from the loops and put them back in. So if you need to, it's not on camera, but you can see like that. You can just put it back in. It's dope. I have an adventure. I have a campaign diary coming from the Rook and the Raven, but shit's crazy, yo. And production is tough for them.
I've heard.
So like, so things are tough over there, but they're trying their best. They're trying to fulfill a lot of orders. But I'm looking forward to getting the campaign diary. But that's speaking of tools that we use for Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, this is a campaign built on like pre-built, campaign modules and tools that I use on the internet. One of the big shout outs, if you've been enjoying the adventure we've been doing so far, the adventure we just wrapped up last week with the big splash.
Yeah.
Make it a splash.
Exactly. Check out Dungeon Master Dave's Patreon. Patreon.com/DMDave. He also has a website. He also has Dungeon Master Dave creates really cool custom, really cool, not custom to you, but like really cool fully fledged out adventure modules set in his campaign setting, Omeria. I'm adapting those into Wildmount just because I'm a Critical Role nerd. But they're easily adaptable.
God.
There went.
As cats go nuts.
I heard that through my headphones and through the show and or through the door.
Amazing.
Oh my god, that was amazing. Keep going.
Yes.
This is great.
Sorry. Thank you.
It's amazing. As we, the real cool stuff on there. He also collaborates with other creators for maps and for like magic items and things like that. Another thing that I want to shout out, also like tokens and monster stat blocks and like custom monsters, and he also creates like custom races like the Canid, which I'm gonna have we have at least one NPC, and who knows, we might like bring in a couple more. Because you have good boys in Dungeons and Dragons, which is fantastic. So check that out, Dungeon Master Dave. Also check out Griffin's Saddlebag, which we'll probably delve into a couple of their items as we do some downtime activities here in today's episode. They do custom they do really cool homebrew items. Again, they that you can incorporate into your Dungeons and Dragons campaign. They also collaborate with other creators, art, cards for the items that you can print out, things like that. At patreon.com/the_griffins_saddlebag, or just look up Griffin's Saddlebag, GRIFFONS. Yeah, really, really cool stuff out there. We're gonna be doing more and more things and utilizing more and more tools for our D&D as we go along, and I'll be sure to shout them out. Yeah. So let's get down to our campaign here. As we start officially, as we take two. Let's start with a recap. So last we left off, we had been spending some time, just moved into the sleepy little port town, sleepy little flyover or float over port town. If there was flyover, because there are airships in this world, so it's possible to fly over port town on the way to Port Tamale, by the name of Palma Flora, a cool little tourist town stopover town for merchants on their way to either Palma Flora or maybe even down to Nicodranus to rest. During our party's time there, suddenly, and without very much notice, a storm raged. A sizable hurricane bared down on Palma Flora. They helped plan provisions for the town, helped find a cat, helped board windows, helped the drunk realize that it probably shouldn't be sitting on a boat in the marina in the middle of a hurricane. Things like that. They come to find out a band of orcs by the name of Griffjaw were attacking the town almost coincidentally at the same time that the storm was raging on. Sorry, I'm distracted because the Heat just advanced to the Eastern Finals. Oh yeah.
Woo.
Come
Sorry,
on,
woo.
Petey.
I was muted. Woo-hoo.
Woo, woo.
2020.
Is this your
Get
top
your
seed?
victories while you can get them.
Yes.
As I date this podcast.
Yes. There was some fighting. There was some getting people to safety. There was killing various orcs. There was nice combat. There was combat with there was chasing. There was chasing Mega the Brash to oddly enough when they noticed that Mega the Brash was running intently towards somewhere where you wouldn't imagine why you would go there, a mostly decommissioned lighthouse that was being used for just regular mundane magic item research or magic research locally. They followed to do some reconnaissance and maybe intervene. They didn't catch up in time for them to cut off Mega the Brash before he got into the lighthouse. Unfortunately, a couple of the mages were killed. A couple of the orcs were killed. One particular mage who seemed to have been cutting a deal with Mega the Brash, at least as overheard by the crew. They found out that he had cut a deal to be able to have Mega the Brash attack during the storm and kill the other sages, kill the other scholars posted up there, so he could take.
Hey, Petey.
Yeah.
Hey, take a book. Yeah, but what about there's this big bird?
Yes.
This very large bird.
Well, yes.
Tell me about that large bird.
So they were up. They didn't stop him. He killed the person he was dealing with. Somehow that ended the storm. Suddenly, they had a tussle with a couple other orcs. Mega the Brash got away. On Chico the Vulture, who they had a kind of a short fight with before he thought better of things and ran off or flew off. He flew off on Chico the giant vulture, but before they could get far, because it was in range, the combination of Cilero's really nice shot with his bow and a sling toss from Toby.
I would say a very purposeful coup de grace from the short man from downtown into bird ass.
Yes.
Mid-air over water.
Yes, was enough to they combined to be enough to be able to take out Chico, leaving Mega the Brash to fall into the Lucidian Ocean. Thus being Mega the Splash.
Oh yeah.
At that point, while at that point, just before that, he had called off the whatever surviving orcs were attacking. They rode off on the long ships that they rode off on the long ships that they rode in on. They they rode off into sunset, and we were unable to stop Mega the Brash's whatever he had in mind, but for now the town is safe, and we'll see what happens going forward. Yeah, and afterwards, I didn't mention that guys got rewarded, but they were able to get back to Darren O'Malik. I didn't mention last week, but he also paid you guys. I don't even know if he had promised it, but he definitely paid you guys, kind of gave you guys a reward of 50 gold each, for just as a thank you. Yeah, we're gonna get started. So, you get back and he gives you the rewards. One of the things that he says, like, all right, thank you guys for the help, and hopefully you guys can stick around to help us, because you guys have been great workers in town. Hopefully you get to help us rebuild, because we gotta get things back up and running in time for Zenith and our annual shark hunting festival. Thank you guys. So one of the things that you get is the Merchant's Respite hooks you up with a couple of rooms to stay for the month, which are a little bit nicer than what you were saying earlier.
Now they can afford it.
Yeah,
Tourist season is over.
They're gonna have to rebuild anyways, and it's the they usually have those rooms available when they need them, but so that you can help out in town, and help with activities. So, as it stands from where you are, it's gonna be, if we're gonna actually talk about time, it's just come into the month of, let me look it up, the month of, because
I'm gonna look it up too.
Wildmount has its own months, has its own like time and year, calendar. I think it was Unildar.
So
a
is it like
28-day month? Wow.
Yeah.
So is this like springtime going into summer?
Yeah,
Do we
so
know?
Zenith, as you know, is the first day of summer officially. So we're talking about Undalar. Sorry, Undalar. Undalar. Things like holidays. What's Deep Solace? But yeah, Zenith that's going to be where they kind of like celebrate summer coming with a big, their annual shark hunting tournament. But they need help kind of rebuilding the town to get ready. So they hold you up. So it's going to be a couple weeks. We're going to go each by week and see what kind of downtime activities you guys wanted to do.
I just want to do hood rat things with my friends. Actually, no, I don't. No hood rat things.
So first week, we'll go through anybody excited to do any particular downtime activities that you had your eye on?
Yes, but I will go last because
Okay.
mine is a contingency because my character class is also a job.
Yes.
And so
yes.
So I have things I can do, but I'd also could tag along with other people. So
Yeah.
instead of just making loot with my loot,
Yeah.
I'm free to hear what other people have.
So summer. Did you have any? What were you thinking about doing during the first week? Any activities you can do, or anything?
I want to ask about this. This is the artifact from Sleeping Ridge, where Summer is from, and it was discovered about 200 years ago, and she stole it when she was a teenager, and no one from the temple knew it was her. Summer is very adept at solving puzzles, and this thing is clearly a puzzle that can be unlocked. So on her travels, she's going around and showing this drawing she made to people in taverns and temples and museums and libraries and all sorts of stuff. So she's going to do some research. See if she can find more answers, because no one knows what this thing is called, or what it is, where it came from. Someone happened upon it in her village, and they call it the Eye of the Earth.
Eye of the Earth. What do you have something I can look at for that? Where
I made all of this up as part of my backstory.
Yes.
This is the thing that really drives my character, is finding answers to this thing.
So is it? Would you say how it looked like? Was it clockwork, like almost, but like circular?
Yeah. So circular. For us humans, it would be like baseball size, maybe.
Yeah.
Golden in color, but yeah, it looks like it has little parts that like could be moved if you hit the right thing, and it looks very mechanical.
It's made for a sport where you ride on. I'm not going to bring Harry Potter sports into this joke.
Or like maybe like a softball. It was like a little bit bigger. Or a baseball, like a softball.
Fine, yeah.
I think that could be fun. All right. So what do you tell people about what you remember? And then we'll roll for the research in a moment.
Yeah, sure. So basically, I show them the drawing, and just kind of say it's got these little sort of grooves in it over here and here, and
hold it up for the class to see, Daisy.
What?
Hold it up for the class to see. There you go. The camera focuses well compared to
check out this awesome drawing I made, everybody.
That is an awesome drawing.
Hey, look at that clockwork.
I made it all up with like no inspiration.
You do like a two-steamer.
So yeah, like I said, it's golden color, and it looks like this little middle diamond really has something to do with it, right? But I keep pushing it, nothing happens. But it seems like that moves. Like I said, it's mechanical, but I've looked through all these little whatever this little design is, and everything seems to be very uniform, right? Like there's nothing that really stands out of like, oh, there's like this one little thing that's shaded, maybe if I push this or twist this thing, like it seems just out of ordinary. Like everything just seems perfectly in place and totally symmetrical with this little orb.
And also one time, because Toby has has a story for everything. I once heard about this thing and recalled the story of this man who had a cube, and it was this puzzle cube. His name was Rubik, and he had this like I heard it secondhand from a turtle. But there's this man who had this puzzle cube that no one could figure out.
Yes, you heard it from a turtle. His name was Mortal.
Yes.
He was the tortificer. Wait, no, that's
so yeah, just asking.
Yes.
Just showing the drawing to people. Is it something you've seen? Have you heard of this? Have you seen something similar?
Okay.
Do you know anywhere someone who might know more? Those general questions.
So okay, after one work week. So all it needs is let's see. So the beautiful thing is you have a couple you have word of mouth and people to talk to. So in all total between so how much do you want to spend? So you can spend some money in items and research, you can spend 50 gold to get 50 gold in 50 gold increments up to 6. You can gain up to 6 per 50 gold increment on this roll as a bonus on top of an intelligence check. How much did you want to spend, like, in research stuff? We'll figure out in retrospect what it'll be.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna. It's a small village, so 50 gold seems more than enough.
Yeah, let's say like 50 gold will be like to get some of the materials to be able to. I'm gonna say 50 gold to the at the Sparkling Lookout to kind of like because they typically have a fee to like to in a donation place to be able to help up to do the research thing. And maybe a little bit of like just throwing a coin here and there to like hear some information from people. But let's roll a d20 plus your intelligence modifier, and plus 1, and subtract 50 gold.
I rolled it.
Yeah. SMRT.
No, 9. You do get one piece of lore, so yeah.
Okay.
So because it was a 9, so you get a 1 plus 1, but it didn't work out. But you do get one piece of lore. The only thing, so the library wasn't really much of a help. They didn't have anything to hear. They didn't have anything on book as far as like books on this particular subject. It's almost like maybe like it was. You get the idea of talking a couple of sages that the description it felt like maybe it'd been a little too old for what they have in their library. It seems like maybe it's older than even you imagine. But just in vague generalities. You did hear from one drunk at the tavern a story of somebody up in Port de Mali who had stolen some kind of ball. So somebody who had stolen a similar ball, but it didn't seem like any particular special ball. Remember something about somebody had a ball that if you like twisted something on it, you get a little bit. You get it pops out. Some gold pops out magically. Like and
Okay.
It was this is mostly like he heard it from a friend who
heard it from a friend.
So glad y'all went there, because that's definitely where I went.
Somebody was
Yes,
twisting a ball and getting some gold.
It's kind of raunchy.
You ever seen Hellraiser?
Hey, I'll take it. It's a
Yeah.
lead.
Yeah,
I have not had a lead on this thing in years, everybody.
Yeah. So yeah, and that was a work week's worth of work.
That was a week of work, and it's
all
worth.
Yes. Yeah. So Cilero, did you have anything in mind as far as downtime activities? Could be shopping, relaxation, research, training, just work.
An away mission at the Pleasure Planet.
Well, I kind of wanted to know if there was any history with Mr. Splat going back with this town for a while, like how long this has been going on.
Yeah, Mega the Splat is an evolution of the nickname that I'm into.
Yeah, maybe in the future it'll be Mega the Splat. Do you want to do? So you want to do like the research downtime activity like we just did, or? Yeah. Let's see. Or just talk to people.
I have. I like talk to people and see if they know more. Mostly because I know my persuasion, so it's better than my intelligence.
Your persuasion.
Knowing my strength, better at talking to people.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it would be better than your investigation. Yeah. I'd say yeah. You can roll a persuasion check to see if you can like convince somebody to like give you a little bit of like what persuade somebody to spill some extra secrets.
SMRT. Oh.
Okay. I will say, like it's pretty easy to persuade people to talk about Mega the Brash. I'd say you get somebody somebody to say that with him you get so a couple of, you were able to kind of talk to who seemed like the right people to talk to. In fact, you talked to the half orc. I think it was like a group. If I remember correctly. They kind of like the one that helped the one that helped Lucius with like the getting around, helped him with a little bit with the shortcut. And he or she kind of lets you in on the fact that she knows some people in the revelry. Just knows some people. No, not gonna get too into details, but she's not just knows people and stuff like that. Just heard from around the grapevine from people that they typically haven't been taken too seriously, and neither has Mega. And he's there's a reason why they aren't part of the revelry. They're just kind of like they wish they were, and you kind of got the sense from like when you were fighting them, and this connects with like you saw how they were like there were these guys wearing what was essentially like pirate cosplay, like you got the sense that they were they were just just some rabble rousers who got some ships, and Mega is kind of like their leader and like the gang leader, as it were, and has been trying to like elevate their gang's reputation a little bit beyond being the kind of the laughing stock of the revelry. That's about it. It's to ascertain. Let's see. Let me see if I can find. Graki was the person that told you all this. She heard these things from some friends and here and there around the grapevine. She admits to nothing. She obviously doesn't say if she's involved with anything. She doesn't. But so she kind of like talks around it, but you're able to kind of get that much from her. Anything that was pretty just a couple of quick conversations. I would say that didn't take up your entire. So if you wanted to do anything else like work or to gain money or things like that, or pull up Downtime Revisited, or a little shopping, or both.
I mean, I wouldn't mind finding maybe something to go with my finer archery skills. If I
A
had
sensible pair of flats that
Mhm.
work for both casual and semi-casual.
Yes.
You want to get a nice finger leather?
Yes.
Maybe a newfangled goblin tinkered finger release?
Yes.
You know, you can...
Um. Let's see.
the best fletching in all of Palma Flora.
Yeah. So, you look, you like walk around. You go into, you find a shop. You find Elisa's Goods and Greats. Yeah, she like, it's a shop. It's a fairly nice shop in the kind of like the upper main cobblestone area, and in there is a half elf woman, tall, long, uh like red tinged, like brown hair, like reddish brown hair, kind of like kind looking, kind of, but with a little bit of oddness in her expression. She's like, "Oh, hello, a customer. Well, welcome."
Oh, hello there.
Yes. What can I help you out with?
Just looking to see if you had anything that might be advantageous for me. Any sort of armor or weaponry?
Okay. Yes, armor and weaponry armor. Yes. Um, oh, I have quite a few wares. And she kind of sizes you up. Oh, I take it. You are out in the woods. You are a bit of a hunter, ranger, type. Am I correct?
Yes. You're
Okay, I'll keep things light. Well, we have quite a few of these pieces of armor. We have some basic bows. We don't have a lot of items. With the a lot of our particular, a lot of our better magic items have been kind of bought up for the war effort. But we do have quite a few items, and then but you can see around, and then you look around, and you see what you would see like just in a random shop. You see, if you were looking at the player's handbook, you see just kind of like a few like sets of like just regular padded armor and leather armor, and like you have in other areas, you see hides and chainmails and things like that. But she's kind of leaning you towards you to the light armor area. You see like so you see a few bows, but they're basically what you have. They're not really anything particularly special. There's a couple of things. She does point out like, but we did get lucky. We do have this really nice that we just got in. This really nice set of armor that would I believe that would be great for somebody in need of movement, to be able to kind of like get around swiftly, get around, jump around. Yes. It seems like
Jump.
yes, and then she shows you a really nice set, kind of like displayed set of armor. That it's a set of what is this really nice light armor, really nice padded, like there's a brown padded like shirt, like with like buttons up, with like a vest over it, sleeves, and then there's like the brown, like a light brown with like this like what seems like a darker brown vest with some nice like little bit of lacing around there, just some nice stitching. A little green. There's a green hood that you can see. There has additional like longer sleeves inside. That has like a pair of pants with like there's also like a set of nice like very like lightweight boots with like some almost like weirdly enough like a set of knee pads. In fact, I will give you a visual right there. So it looks something like that. You can see it in Fantasy Grounds.
I see it.
I see it. There we
I see
go.
a question mark.
Yeah, there we go. There,
Yeah.
I had the parallel experience. There it is.
Oh, that's pretty. That's real pretty.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You look
Okay.
like the upholstery of a 1980 Chevy Malibu.
Yeah. Well, I think this this could suit you quite nicely. It all in so as far as cost, the cost, so it's really nice construction. It's really, I just got it in, so I am not in a hurry to get rid of it, but if I figure if you would at least get to want to look at it, right now we have it set at 80 gold. I figured that this has some, especially with the intricate like design work around the vest, and the nice buckling, and as far as like it also has some nice like elements, so it helps you with your speed and movement very well. Like if you're when you wear it, you feel lighter and agile. You can even jump around from wall to wall. The people have been able to kind of like jump up walls back and forth. It's quite fascinating to see. I had the shipper demonstrate it for me. The sailor that flew it in, and it was quite fascinating. But yeah, this is something that I think you may be interested in. And of course we have our our standard pieces of adventuring armor and gear if you're needing some replacements of some additional armor as well. But and did you have any other questions?
Let me think over this armor. Fast movement and wall jumping. You said.
Yeah, a little bit of like, whoo, whoo, whoo. Yes, it's quite fun.
Freaking break character for a second. How much do we have each?
I popped your gold in. You should be under your D&D Beyond profile. Right now you have 98 gold and 5 silver.
Yeah.
Unless you like did different math with your 50 gold each, but I just kind of popped in 50 gold into your each.
I think that's easy.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm thinking, because of the help that I did give your town, I might have enough for this.
Yeah. Is that so? Are you gonna? Is that a drop? Is that a lead into to a haggle?
Yes, that is me playing a nicely persuasive hand. We'll say.
Anything else you say to try to like persuade?
No.
Good answer. There's probably no way you can get better than that.
Did it help? Oh, yes, you did help. All right. Just roll the persuasion check.
There you go. No penalty.
Oh, I
Was that your?
that is exactly why I said, nah, I think I'm going to shut up now and just pay my 80 gold. Thanks.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So you did
It
pay
was a
80
7
gold.
for the audio listeners.
Yes.
Yeah.
A nice. You
A
rolled
natural
nice,
3.
Natural 3 plus 4, 7. It's fantastic. That's how the D&D crumbles.
RNG gets us all.
Yes.
It looks so cool.
All right. So yeah, you go ahead and buy the gold. If you want us to go ahead and let me see if I can probably try to get you the equipment. Yeah, later on. Oh,
I like the
there's
idea of being a bouncy ass ranger, though.
Yes. So just for because there's no like extra thing, so I will just for the sake of thing, just rename your leather armor. I wonder if you can rename it, like customize it. Can you customize? Let me see. I think I can customize it. Or what? Actually, no. Let me not do that because then you still own a set of like basic leather armor. So
I could probably, can I add in my inventory and then re-equip? In Fantasy Grounds? Is that a thing?
yeah. I would. I'm focusing on D&D Beyond.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's likely it's just a set of leather or light leather armor. So it's basically the same as what you have now. But it looks like that. And you try it out, and yeah, when you put it on, it feels familiar because it's just the leather inside the leather armor, but you do feel lighter. You do feel a little lighter. And then you find yourself whenever you make a long jump onto or alongside a wall or a similar surface that isn't slippery for the first time on your turn, you can move along that wall for the length of the jump. While on that surface, you can make a second jump, provided you have the movement to do so. So you can do like you do wall running parkour stuff.
Okay. So what's the name of this armor?
It's Free Runner's Armor.
And is that the English armor or the...
Yeah, there's a U, armor.
Yeah.
My Sherry armor.
The armoire of invincibility.
Yes.
If I have the movement and I can essentially move along a wall in a long jump the same distance, I would be able to move in a movement action?
Yeah, like you could just use your movement to like go along a wall. Like say like along a wall over a gap, or if you had like a wall and another wall you can jump onto there. Yeah. Like you can this is gonna help with like traversal and stuff like that. And then obviously if it's along a wall, you don't have to worry about like rough terrain. You could just like run along the wall.
Okay. Perfect. Awesome.
Plus you look dope.
I like the green hood. It's very catchy.
I
I just need to figure out how to equip shit.
And then that is just shopping. That is. Finding magic items to purchase at least or at least 1 week work week of effort. I'm gonna say we're just shopping, and then this doesn't preclude you being able to work. So I'm presuming that you're in the meantime you're also like working a day job along the like in the docks and such, like we've been doing. Would that be a fair? Okay.
Yeah, helping around. Maybe in the bar, I would say, sort of helping.
Yes.
Them with, we'll say, riffraff.
Yes.
The type of people, not the rapper necessarily.
Yes.
The hoi polloi.
So give me a. Let me see. I'm gonna say.
Oh god, here's another check.
Yes. I'm gonna say. I mean, this is neither one of these are gonna be able to work your. Well, actually, it wouldn't make sense. I wish I could give you acrobatics, but.
I mean, that's kind of what this armor is. A little bit.
Yeah. But you'll be mostly doing like I'll say it's mostly the bouncer work and like the helping out with the town and things like that. So I'm gonna say you roll an intimidation check. To at least
give him your war face.
Points. So at least give you a couple of points to help.
Still trying to figure out how to add. This one be considered studded leather.
No, it just would be leather.
Yes. And rhinestones on the back. It says Disco Stew because Homer ran out of room for a D.
Disco Stew doesn't advertise.
Yeah.
Lord.
The Simpsons are great. Sorry.
I believe you.
I would buy a denim jacket that said Disco Stew on the back of it. Sell it to me now, Fox. Disney.
Fox. Yeah, that makes me think of. Yeah, I'm taking fundamentals of broadcasting, and one of the first classes was just a rundown of the state of media, and it's just about, hey, these like 4 companies own everything now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is how we got here.
It's fewer and fewer every year. Yes.
Like he had to he had a slide for like 1950 something, 1960 something. Then he had a slide for 2012, and then he had like an updated like kind of like edited together slide for 2000 for now. That was like, okay, but now like now Fox owns, Disney owns Fox and 20th Century Fox. Yeah.
That's depressing.
NBC still got broken up post-war, so it stuck.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
Where's Dick Wolf? Probably out there still making great episodes, like in his own mind of D&D.
Yes.
Think about Renegade with Lorenzo Lamas there for a second.
Yeah. Drew, are you ready for that? Or are you still looking through?
No, I'm
Yeah, just a intimidation check. See how that works out on this table.
Intimidate.
Better
I'm
than that.
scared.
How about that?
Yeah, nice.
17.
17 right here. All right. So what you'll do is, you'll take what is the comfortable lifestyle for the week. That money, but in wages. Let me look it up for you. We look up wealth. 143. Tables of contents are fantastic.
I'm going there as well.
So 143. So comfortable. Well,
I was gonna say. Remove the gold now for the cool parkour armor.
yes. Right, so. I looked at the wrong thing.
Comfortable is two jolt points. Yes, it's 2 jolt points per day. Is a comfortable lifestyle. So says the player's handbook.
Yes.
That'd be chapter 5 under equipment, under expenses, in the paragraph.
Yes, the equipment of living expenses.
Yes. Okay. Comfortable is 2 GP per day.
Well,
So
equip me with
that's
a
2
carrot.
times 7.
Oh, you're shacking up
Or
for
2
free,
times
so-
5, because it's a work week. Yeah. And that'll take. So that's, you got 10 gold. So
That's good gold. I'd take that right now. I'd pick that up off the street.
I mean, when I had 18.
yes. Now you have
I
28
mean,
and 5 silver. 28.50. You have 28 gold, 55 silver. $28.50.
so in the event that we find a lycanthrope, hand me your silver and I'll sling it at them.
And yeah, that's your week of work. Lucius.
What are you
what
gonna
were
do,
you-
buddy?
what
Man,
did
you
you
gotta go
for
find. I need to
Man.
find this man named Panama Red. I'm going to
You're
every
doing some
joint in town.
carousing? Do some carousing or crime
Palma Flora red.
or some
Yeah.
religious service or
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
A
I'm
ritual.
ritual. So, to get the business out of the way. So, well, throughout the week,
we're gonna do a
I'm
couple of these weeks, so like have those
Okay.
in mind.
yeah. So something that I'm just kind of working on throughout this time is experimenting with my wild shape ability.
Yeah.
So like at various points in the day,
Make him roll not to
possibly,
be a cat dog. Make him roll not to be a cat
possibly
dog.
twice a day for no reason in particular, I'm going out, like, finding a pretty well deserted place and just experimenting and figuring out what kind of creatures I can turn into.
Just so you just you try, yeah, you do like spend moments in your day, you turn into a wolf, turn into let me look up a
A
couple options.
boar.
A
We got a boar.
boar.
We got an axe beak. Apparently, I don't know if I would have seen that I know what it is, but it actually
No.
does not have a flying speed. Interestingly enough.
Oddly enough. See if we can let's talk about monsters.
That'd be because of the flightless bird.
Yeah. I can be a draft horse.
Sweet. Yeah, you get like 20 of you, and we can haul some beer.
Yes. You could be draft
elk.
horse.
Yeah, I'd be scared as shit if a big horse or an elk walked up on me.
So
good shit.
Just for fun, and this is
Yes.
there's
That's what
not
D&D is for.
just for fun. This does not have life or death ramifications, but this is just for
Okay.
shits
Yes,
and
it
giggles.
does.
Give me a stealth check,
Okay.
just as a human, to see if you do this activity stealthily.
Oh. Nope. That was an 8.
Yes,
I had a +4 too.
Nice.
Wow.
Like I said, this is you do get a couple of guards' attention, but like this literally does not bother them. They know people like that do that. They know beast shapers and things like that, and they employ people that are like that have guard over the woods. So it's like oh, cool stuff. You do it one time, and in particular you see that you do it in you turn into an elk once, or no you turn into like this giant wolf. You're just kind of like running around, maybe doing some like just fun, like just playing around, running around as wolf. And you hear this soft little voice like, "Big puppy," and you see this kid, like about like has to be like no more than like 6 years old, just like just looks awestruck at you, just standing there, like, "Big puppy."
He saw me transform.
Yeah, he saw you transform. I was like, "Whoa, that was awesome! That's Big Puppy. Come here, buddy. Come here." He tries to run after you, try to pet you. Or do you let him? Do you do anything?
Do you eat the kid?
Yes, I eat the kid. No, I don't eat the kid.
Man.
What would I do?
You're out there
as I
practicing your curveball.
6-year-olds act.
Yes.
Yeah. They speak in run-on sentences, I think. Judging from when, yeah. Yeah, I'll go up for like 2 pets and then run off.
Well, all right, bye, puppy.
First taste is free, kid.
Yeah.
And he just runs off. It's like, yeah, I saw a big puppy. And he just runs off. Like a little human boy. Runs off. But yeah, you just kind of get the hang of it. You try out different cute creatures, and it's fun. And you get the feeling like, oh, okay, this is my destiny. This feels right. This feels right. Especially the time you turn into a mule,
a yak,
and then
the river otter.
Yes. Yes,
let me lay on the back and wash things and break them on my trusty rock that I carry.
Ooh, panther.
You can also turn into a panther. To crawl around as a scorpion, all tiny. Interesting thing.
And then a giant poisonous snake.
Yes. Yeah. Are any other activities or anything else that you do?
Yeah, so I have a question for you. Well, for one thing, apparently I just forgot to equip any armor at all for the previous session, so I'm glad I wasn't targeted very much. So druids, where does it say that? Oh, I just saw it. Druids generally do not wear metal armor.
Yeah.
but I would like, if you think this is reasonable, which I think Lucius would be okay with this, selling the leather armor for maybe some studded leather armor.
Those studs could be of a mineral
Yeah, like
of the
you got.
woods.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like it could be a malleable ferrous metal that you found. Maybe wrought into little tiny studs.
Yes.
And it's the one with the woods.
Yeah, so let's do this. We find.
You went to the best Etsy shop to get like wooden rivets for your
right.
Yes, armor shields 144. So, let's go with, so leather should, yeah. So you're going to
From what I've read, it's generally acceptable from what I've
yeah.
seen.
I'm just looking at like costs and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what you'll do, you'll go to, you go around. Let's see. Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
got to persuade D&D to allow you to do this.
As you kind of walk around, you're in a marketplace, so you find options.
Woo!
Oh, okay. So yeah, you pretty much nail it.
17.
You
Yes,
get
you can buy me a drink.
So yes, you somehow you were able to get your full worth of 10 gold from your leather armor.
Never worn.
Yeah, it doesn't smell at all.
Yeah.
The tag's still on.
Yeah, you like the guy's like he kind of like looks at you and like not so subtly gives it a sniff. It looks at you like, okay, all right.
I forgot to put it on.
I have purchased guitar cases for companies where the difference between like order like double the money was smell it. Does it smell like cigarettes, cat piss, or weed? If so, it's half price.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's well like none of that because you were you kind of like during your random like travels you had bought that along the way or you got hooked up with that where you were hanging out with this crew and it's like, oh, I guess you hit like I would almost feel like Summer bought it for you. It's like
Yeah.
like,
I get back to my room after all that has gone down, and I open up a drawer and I see it there and I'm like, shoot.
It's like, oh yeah,
a little less of the old
oh.
That was close.
Okay, and then like and then okay, and you meet you go to Elisa's
goods and greats.
Yes, goods and greats.
Because they have boomers on that coast.
Damn, where's my pen?
Here, I got you.
Here, dry erase marker.
Oh, Daisy's in the way. Can't hand it to you.
How do I not have a pen within reach?
Would you like to borrow my Uniball Jetstream pen?
Perhaps
there
we've got this zebra.
This is random street. I have a profile pen. But yeah, so you guys are there, and I'll say, since it's just a with the same like persuasion, you're able to buy it for the 45 gold it's worth.
Cool.
So you're down only 35 gold.
Nice.
3 of the 4 of us have won it
Oh.
being a town.
She probably wouldn't have any cool armor that I could afford, would she? Any little bonuses.
I mean, you look around. It's mostly just the what is like the leather, studded leather, and things like that, and hide and chainmail for like if you were wearing that kind of armor. I forgot to
Gotcha.
put that into the stream showing. I fucked up.
We'll take it out of your split.
So and yeah, just your basic stuff. You see, I mean, if you wanted, do you look at like just even the stuff that she has that isn't, because she kind of points out to, we're looking for that. Do you look around at her other things, even that like they're not her non-armor stuff?
Sure, yeah, I'll look around.
Yeah, you see a couple of things. She has like a clothing area, and you can like look through there, and you see a few dresses. You see a few really nice like shirts and pants and like random things. And you see a very prominent dress, very nice like purple dress with like some like gold colored like seams and inseams like down here. And there's actually a couple pockets that you see.
Oh. It has pockets.
Yes, it has pockets.
You gotta stick your hands in them to show people.
Yes.
And demonstrate that it has pockets.
And then and it's like, oh, yes, that caught it's so nice that it caught your attention. Yes, fittingly enough, that dress is the dress of many pockets.
Oh.
We just got that in. It's a really nice party dress. Great for fancy dress and balls and gatherings. It's a nice dress. As you can see, it has 6 pockets. In fact, let me show you. And then she goes and she's a peculiar person. She kind of like starts to put it on you.
Okay.
Do you,
I'll allow it.
Okay, she kind of puts it on you. It's like, here, you just try it on, and then, or like, it seems that it's a magic item, so it fits over your clothes because you're just wearing your regular clothes. So oddly enough, fits over your clothes. Like how magic items have that weird thing where they just fit. like,
yeah.
And yeah, you're in a very pretty dress, and then like, okay, think about the pockets. Now think about making them disappear. And then,
think about it.
And then you notice, and you look down, and there are no pockets.
Whoa.
And then, okay, now make them appear again.
Think, and then they appear. Think about making them appear.
And then,
Therefore they are.
Yeah, and just naturally they appear. And they appear in, like, and you notice that they reappear in different spots. They appear without you thinking in the spots where you like to keep where you have your, like, pockets and hangers. Like, right in those spots. Like, you're like, this is exactly where I reach for things. It's like, okay, let me put this, and then she grabs a little like wooden doll that she has as decoration, and she puts it in your front breast pocket. She puts it in. It's like, all right, now hide your pockets.
I hide them.
Yes, and it will still be there. Now make them appear again.
I make them appear again.
And she reaches out, and then the doll is there, and it seems like there's like room in there, and you notice that it doesn't affect the weight. So like you notice that each pocket is large enough for a small like parcel, and and that you felt the kind of the contents like get like spread out weight wise and mass wise while they were hidden away, and then they would be there. So you feel like little hidey pockets.
Mm. Wow. How much is this lovely dress?
So I have it. Yes, it's a wonderful dress. It's a I'm selling it for right now for 60 gold.
Man, that's it's I think that's quite a decision for my character.
A party dress. Buy you a
Like,
drink,
my.
sing you a song.
or you could you know, it could be something that you buy for or with somebody for somebody that might
Yeah,
like a
give
a
it
dress.
to a special someone. Does she have anything else for sale?
Yeah, aside from okay, and then like she kind of like takes it off of you, kind of like
I'd say
like,
that's a lovely dress.
and then she
I'll
puts it
have to
back
think
up.
about that.
Yeah. Be sure to let you know if you come on back if you reconsider it, or if you ever know somebody who's in the market for a nice dress that they can store things inside. It's great for if you ever don't want to take your gatherings externally to like a party where you don't know, what's going to happen to them. It's fantastic for that.
Those are the kind of parties that I want to go to.
Can store all my Panama Red in here.
That's right.
Yes. It's smuggler's dress.
Smuggler dress.
All of a sudden, I'm way more into this dress.
Oh, I love this.
There's like a couple of like you see random magic items. You see a very like you see random things like a really nice like sled. Let's see, what else was I like?
The old midsummer sled.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Imagining
yes.
like a jet ski.
Are we ready? No, it's uncommon. We're not ready for uncommon items yet.
Hey, hold on. I have an argument to be made.
I can tell you monetarily right now.
Yeah.
We were talking about 150 gold buckler. We can talk about.
I'm not paying 150 bucklers for my buckler.
Yeah.
It's a little tiny thing.
Yeah. Oh, this one would be nice. There's just kind of like random little knickknacks and decorations and dolls and like that. She kind of led you through the clothes and the knickknack corner. Yeah. Oh, and a couple of things. One thing. Do you know anybody who would like to? I know. I recognize you. Oh, you're part of the party that helped town. Helped the town.
I was.
Yeah. You were with that a halfling bard fellow. Yeah. That halfling singer. He plays at the. I've seen him play at the Merchant's Respite. His songs touch my heart. Just the way he weaves a tale. It's fantastic. I have something that he might be interested if he's looking to do other performances. I don't know if you want to...
I'm going down. I'm yelling tender. Yeah.
Other performances, you say?
It's not a. He can make it a musical performance, but it's this fun little.
You would like
this puppet here.
Yes. Put your hand inside the puppet head.
And like, this is a wondrous magical puppet that we just acquired.
His name's Charles.
You can name him like he doesn't really have a name. It's just because he's very well. Let me show you. And you see this puppet. in its dormant state. It's this like odd like mishmash of like shapes and persona. You can see like it's simultaneously like this
Lord.
this green orc,
God,
or
yeah,
this
that's
devil,
no,
or
great.
this suit of armor,
Oh no.
or
One
this
little tusk.
yeah, it's a little
What
tough.
nice.
But yes, this this wonderful little puppet.
Wearing a
is-
quarter of a breastplate,
He
Yeah.
has a nipple sewn on him.
Yes.
and it's in the shape of a G.
Yes.
Oh,
What
it's
is beautiful about
adorable.
this is that you can take this puppet, and as you wear it, you can make it be whatever character you want to be, and it will change in style and color. It will always be, a colored canvas, obviously, but the stitching and the eyes and the other details can change. Like for example, and she puts on the puppet, and it just yes, like right now it's a have a little fun here. Don't tell him, but here's Darren Malik, and then you see he transforms, and it's like this like of that style of representation of Darren Malik in like puppet form. It almost like transforms like swift, like just like right in front of your eyes quickly. It's just like, and it's like, oh, I'm Darren Malik. I like to run the town. Blah, 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 blah. I'm a little fat and I'm funny. Don't tell him I said that.
I won't.
Yeah. And you can make him like I can make him like look like you, and then and in that moment you see it kind of like transform over, and he looks like a little puppet version of like a cartoon you.
Okay.
It's like yes. This would be fun. I actually so normally I kind of would love to see it be in the hand of somebody that could perform really well with it. Normally we're asking for 55 gold, but I'll go ahead and sell it to you for 40 gold if you can promise me that Toby will incorporate it into some of his performances.
Would I know if that's something Toby would be likely to do?
We've hung out with him quite a few. I would say you would know that
Toby loves lamb chop play along. No, yes, you do know that Toby thinks
Okay.
that puppets are the ticket to the wallets of children,
Okay.
which are their parents. Toby is pro puppet as a
Okay.
gimmick
Okay.
to making better jokes. So
Okay.
Toby thinks fondly of puppets, but puppets aren't necessarily. He's not a prop comic, so
Okay.
But if you ever needs to it's a fun way to like tell especially for kids or for certain like gigs. It's a fun way to like tell stories with characters.
It's also an expensive gift to have for Toby.
Show me where the kobold touched you.
Yeah.
See, I think
No.
I want that. I think I want the dress of Panama Red, but I will run and tell Toby about this wonderful puppet.
Tell that.
You will have known. Toby don't need no gifts. He'll accept them.
Yeah. Well, Toby may or may not need any gifts, but I can only afford one.
Exactly.
And I want the dress of Panama Red.
I mean,
Awesome.
Okay, so how much did you say it was?
I think
60?
You said it was 60.
Yeah.
magical
Yeah, I
hand
think it was
puppet.
60.
That was not what I was expecting.
Shout out to Griffin Saddleback.
Yeah.
Good art.
I call this one Hush Puppy.
Oh, they can zoom
What,
way in on
what
this puppet
color
too.
did you say it was?
Oh, you can zoom right in on him?
Oh,
Is he like
yeah.
Yin Johansson? Look
color,
at that.
the dress.
texture.
I don't know if I.
Oh dear.
the
thought
dress.
the picture it was purple, but I thought
It
you
is.
said it was green.
No, it's purple. It's purple with
Oh,
like the
okay.
gold lining. And,
Okay, it looks like the picture.
purple and pink. Purple.
Yeah, it's got a place for your cigarettes in your left arm, a place for your
Yeah.
cigarettes in your front pocket, and a spot for your cigarettes in your breast pocket. Yeah,
3 more pockets after that.
that's right.
Yeah. Okay, so
You'll be the belle of the ball
I'll let you manage your
and bring an entire flavor
finances.
country with you.
Anything else in particular? I haven't even been like playing music. I've been playing background stuff.
Oh, hey.
And I'm all red.
Yeah, I need a Renaissance arrangement of Panama Red.
Yes.
I'll have to draw it in like rectangles on lines.
Yes. Yeah. So anything else you were getting down to in the first week before we moved to Toby?
No, just assuming Toby is playing, I will be playing my little drum in his band.
he'll be assisting. Okay, that'll be the helping, and obviously, I assume that Toby's main thing is that he's going to be working his gigs.
Actually, I have some things that I was wanting to do.
Yeah.
On the side,
on top of that,
yeah.
Okay, so Toby, what are you getting down to on this first week in Palma Flora?
Well, I mean, if I'm here and I'm new, and I also have a little bit of renown locally going on, and I've got free room and board, I would believe that Toby's main goal is in the evenings when people are, enjoying their libation. He will be playing music then. He's not going to do like the 2 p.m. crowd.
Yeah.
So that gives him the daytime. But like, I'm trying to like, because me as Toby, just me talking to you, like, Toby, we aren't going to be here forever. And if we can make one night into 2 nights worth of money, that means that we can keep moving. So like, because I'm not looking for a fancy sheet of like armor or a shield. I'm not looking for a fancy pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Like my motivations are a little bit different, but I have plans on what I want to do during the daylight hours.
So let's figure out the income. So
that does tie into this because is that something that like I roll for? Because like what I do depends on what kind of income I can sustain.
I mean it's something you roll for. At least I'm using the Xanathar's Guide work time downtime. So it's a roll. Like I'm gonna have you roll for this instance. It'll be performance with advantage, and then I have a little table here that tells me how much gold you make.
Okay. I just wanted to know that because on the other side, which nobody else knows. Nobody else knows, but the dungeon master knows, and everybody else knows. But it's a pain in the ass to try and take care of this instrument that I have.
Yeah.
And I was gonna look for some low cost, like damage, and if I can get it to stay in tune, like that'd be fantastic. Like it's some bargain basement enchantment. Like I don't want this to do anything magical other than not break.
Yeah.
Because it is important, and I don't want to have to keep tuning it. But otherwise, for
Spoken
money,
like a true musician.
So I would say it's probably like maintaining the instrument. That's part of your expenses. I would say that like whatever your current like expenses thing that's what we'll calculate afterwards is also
no. I'm like wanting to have I'm wanting to enchant this my
crafting.
lute. make it not, or pay somebody to enchant this weapon to do very simple, like very low level. This will not get sat on by the half orc and break, and will be in tune when it needs to be. Very utilitarian enchantments, not necessarily anything that buffs, but still costs.
The spell of not cracking due to changes in humidity or heat.
Yes, and also like I'm not gonna name. I like the loot that I've got, but like you don't name a non-magical item.
Yeah.
This thing's been with me for a while, only because I didn't let Mega the Brash like break the thing. So like I wanna kind of not like if I'm out in the bush, I don't want to be like because like I was a violin player. Don't have a violin.
Yeah.
I was a flute player. Don't have a flute. I know some percussion. Can't keep a set of drums for nothing.
Yeah.
But if I can have a lute that I'm not going to wreck by leaving it in a mud puddle or a rainstorm, like destroying, that would be my motivation. Secondary to money, because money is mobility.
Cash does rule everything around me.
I mean...
Yeah. Alright, let me look up the things. I think it's over here in this book.
Pit fighting. I'm going to do some pit fighting.
Yes.
I did do a little bit of research on this, and holy crap, getting things enchanted is expensive.
Yeah.
But like musical instruments that get enchanted.
Let me see.
I'm going with a pragmatic approach to magic. Some could say is practical.
Practical magic. Let's see. Enchanted creating a magic. Yeah, 84. Okay. Okay. Huh. I'd say yeah. It was like,
So like a crusty old luthier around here that has a wand with unlimited charges or something. Like,
let's see.
Like my pet character that runs around to like kitchens with a grease wand and just sprays at every piece of cast iron every day, and like is there like utilitarian magic that floats around?
Wand of seasoning.
Yes. Bam.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking cast iron seasoning.
Oh yes, that kind of seasoning too, but a spice weasel that's magical.
Also that.
Like, cause I'm into magic as like this, you know, magic could solve so many problems in civil engineering.
Like, what about a magical garden weasel?
Yeah, like half the effort, twice as fast. Yeah, gotta aerate and scratch the surface.
Yeah, okay. I think it should be on this. I think it is just crafting a magic item. You're just having somebody else do it.
Because I know that as a bard, I don't know shit about doing that. But I do have a feeling that I can make some money.
Okay. I mean, you find. Let me see. It's hard to.
Like the other thing is like, could I even find somebody here that would do that? Because that doesn't have to be a short term.
Like, I would say it's hard. I you know what? Yeah, this is a pretty small town. I think you go to like I think the only real like big time magic like practitioners that possibly do this. That's stuff that you find out. Let me see. Yeah, well, maybe how to do this check. I would say you find that they don't really have like a lot of enchanters here. or you
On a
don't have
portafilter?
any enchanters here. They usually like import a lot of those things and they usually gotta pass over. The people that are working magic are the people in the Sparkling Lookout and a few other people there, but mostly just research and kind of having a hidden away place to like research things because mostly there's a convenient spot to like to study, but and they mostly don't that's not something that they find use in, but that you do get a lead that you could probably find some of those things in a place like Nicodranus where there's more like performers and things like that, and like maybe Port Damali in a bigger city like that. Like
All right,
probably find
then
an enchanter then once you get there.
I will take that information and I will do like Kiss and I will party every night and all of every day.
Yes.
So
part
I
all night
will-
and part of every day.
So I will say you roll a performance check with advantage. 'Cause you have your
Okay. Where's
Come
my...
on, man. I think this is my income too, possibly.
Oh, just do my abilities. Do I have to go D&D Beyond and see?
You can do it there. You can do it in Advanced Rounds. You should be.
It doesn't give me the roll the roll option. It's the charisma plus 4.
Yeah, under skills in
Oh,
fantasy
it's
grounds.
skills. Okay,
Skills
and
to pay the bills.
And then press advantage down below, as far as I know.
I have advantage.
Yeah.
And everybody.
All right. Let me also. We're doing bars.
Ooh, yeah. 21.
Wow.
21. So let's. Crowded and Thurman.
Whoa.
Excuse you, buddy. Yeah, 21.
I perform.
That's pretty fantastic. You perform pretty fantastically. You definitely get. Not only do you get paid well by the establishment, living a comfortable lifestyle for the week, basically making that income. You get plus 25 gold, so you get 2 times 5, which is a work week, I would say. So you get 35 gold. Just out of a
voice. And is that? Do I get that too?
I mean, you were assisting him. I mean, you guys. I would say that their pay, and I'm gonna add that they pay another the bar, the tap, like the merchant's respite pays another 20 gold on top of that for the group, and that's like, so the group makes 55 gold, and then that's for you guys to divvy up as you see fit. What the hell?
I took that 35, so 5 minus whatever. Yeah, that sounds right. I'm the front man, but also I'm the bank.
Yeah, I thought Toby was the bank.
Toby is the bank, and then he can hold on to, and it's however you want to, because it's you, it's Sobi, Lucius, and Summer, all of you together as the band playing.
So total that.
And Cilero is our muscle.
Yes, he's been
kind of scrawny, but he's a muscle nonetheless.
Yes.
So what was the total income for playing this music, so I can just keep track of
total is 55. The band got 50. They got paid 55. What the hell do I have?
So I'll hang on to that.
Okay. Just expect me to come asking for money at some point.
if you need a pack of smokes, I'll buy them for you until we get this all fixed. I hear you have pockets for cigarettes.
Yeah. Oh, those aren't cigarettes, buddy.
Yeah. I gotta figure out how to free up this space. What the hell are you doing? Windows? How the hell do I only have 105 megabytes? It's like yelling at me about storage. I'm like, how the hell do I only have 105 megabytes left? Oh well.
When you said megabits, I was like, man,
That's real bad.
yeah, you're down to some fumes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and you make then that gets divvied up. All right, and I think that's about it. Unless you were doing any other like random daytime activities.
as for me,
role play stuff,
I'm
yeah.
like holding, like my main goal now is to like, because I can't like I obviously have the knowledge of bard colleges and know that the networking is the way to get anywhere in barding. That I can't do much of that here, and I can't get things enchanted, and I play my music mostly at night when people have drinks. So during the day, I am up for activities
Yes.
with other people
Yeah.
because I
Yeah,
am
and,
a
like,
loquacious little man.
Yeah. And at some point, yeah, Lucius comes and tells you about the puppet.
The puppet. Showing off my fantastic new dress.
Oh, sweet.
Are you wearing it, or do you just hold it out
Okay.
and show it?
Right now, like, what does your character sheet say your eye color is, Lucius?
Shoot. Green.
Yeah, exactly. It matches your eyes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
purple
say that.
dress with green eyes.
Yeah,
And
that's right. I mean,
it works well together, honestly.
It's a good combo.
who knows? Whatever color you said, I was gonna say it matches your eyes.
Yeah.
Just so you know. And you believe
Yeah,
me.
no, I kind of caught on to that.
Yeah. Hey, it brings out your eyes.
Right.
There you go.
Nice.
Which I assume right now are bloodshot and like microscopically open.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So a couple of things that as you're doing all these activities and you're like you have your room in the Merchant's Respite. Excuse you, buddy. Hey, over there.
pretty in
They're
your
like
face.
Not a fan.
Burping guys like to my left and my right. You have a couple of things that were obviously you weren't the only ones that were out there. I don't remember if I mentioned his name, but one of the guys you remember you had found some sages, some like people, the scholars, magic scholars, kind of hiding survivors of the whole attack on the Sparkling Lookout.
Oh yeah.
One of them was Valcyrian Vorpos, a gnome, kind of like a short, a bookish gnome, kind of like a pencil neck geek, as it were, but very of noble attire and things like that. He has been he was also offered a room as well, and he's been staying at just kind of like at the Merchant's Respite a little bit, just to while things get figured out, and especially cleaning up and dealing with things at the lookout. He hasn't been able to like stay there, so he's been staying at the tavern. And you've noticed that he seems pretty troubled by a lot of what went down, and you even notice that on more than one occasion he has, because they mostly give you a set of rooms, you guys, him, and a couple other like people that were displaced by damage caused and things like that, and by the storm. We're given these kind of sets of rooms nearby each other, which are usually the rooms that they don't usually get to like book anyways, that they rarely book. So they kind of let you guys, even though they're super comfy rooms, and they're just kind of not the most, they don't have the best view. But they're like super nice, comfy rooms. But yeah, he's like maybe a couple rooms over, and you've on more than one occasion have heard him screaming at night, like just out of like
Dear.
PTSD, like night terror things. Like it's been that kind of like time for him. And you've seen him at least quite a few times to spend the night nursing whiskeys at the bar. Yeah, the first week, couple of those things happen. A couple other things is kind of like along those lines. At some point on like I'm gonna say the 11th or 12th of the month, one of the big things you hear as you're kind of doing your thing, you hear a town crier walk in. Peace talk successful. Hey, peace talk successful. Dwendalian Empire and the Kryn Dynasty successfully negotiated a peace treaty. A peace treaty has been reached. Peace talk successful. Peace talk successful. The Kryn Dynasty and the Dwendalian Empire successfully complete peace talks. The Dwendalian Empire returned a valuable artifact to the Kryn Dynasty.
Seems
work.
good.
Yeah.
And so you hear that, it's essentially, you hear from word here and there that they was able to like negotiate peace talks through the return of you don't know exactly what was returned, but the word is that there were some like valuable particular artifacts that were returned into the hands of the Kryn Dynasty. That the claims are the Dwendalian Empire, or particularly the Cerberus Assembly, found and graciously gave back. There's also obviously, since that is a word from the Dwendalian Empire, that they like graciously return these artifacts, knowing that they're worth. Of course, the rumors you hear, since you're outside in a neutral area, outside of in the Menagerie Coast, the rumors you hear from hearsay is that there were like these things that they discovered and were hoarding, knowing that there were these valuable artifacts, to try to study them, something along those lines. And nothing like concrete. You hear rumors here and there. You hear rumors that it has to do with like the religion of like the main religion of Xhorhas and the Kryn Dynasty, to like something about like, and like in particular you hear Lucius hears it with his like his buddies that like he chills with, like, yo, like, dude, I heard like it's like the things, they're like these like dodecahedrons, man, that they like got back, and they're like glowy and like whoa, and they look weird and like bubbles and stuff, and like I hear they totally like resurrect into a man. They're like when they die, they're like become babies, because of the things, man.
And then these things that go clap, 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 and Norman Reedus is there.
That's what I heard, man. And just the random here things.
So, like, there's the baby thing is totally like an actual rumor that's going around in the pothead circles.
It's like something about like resurrection and like
okay, but like filtered through a pothead. Okay,
yeah,
sweet,
yeah. About like how it's an artifact meant for like their light. Something about there's not a lot of knowledge about the religion and culture inside the Kryn Dynasty outside of it. Just because they're very like odd and secretive, but and protective of it. They're especially you don't hang around with the drows and the kobolds and the of
God,
the
I wish I did.
Yeah.
But they know all the best.
Who knows? We might make it around that way. But that's what a lot of what you hear. You hear basically that there's been peace talks and whatnot. Yeah, and that happens around like 11th to 12th of the month of what was it? Oh, god damn it! I forget the month.
Shit, I had the calendar up. Fantasy word.
Who can find it first? Dang it, I was right there.
I have the instruments chart for bards.
Yeah.
Undalar?
Yeah, something like that.
How we say it?
Yes.
Let me open up Explorer's Guide to Wildmount.
You're the solstice.
And Calendar and Time.
That's a picture of El Kabong.
Yeah, Undalar, yeah.
Yeah, Undalar, yeah.
Undalar, so that's that week. When that's what kind of happens. The second week, any activity you guys get down to on the second week?
Man, time flies. And during this week, have I noticed that there's any drop off in my in my clientele? Or am I still turning a pretty good crowd?
No, well, actually, so yeah, you notice that it's turned a little bit. It's actually getting a little bit better. So what seemed like in the next couple of days, and you're gonna notice it this week even more so. You're getting more people that are it seem like, oh, this is starting to get into like maybe how it used to be before like the war, because and you notice, oh wait, there was issues, there was not a lot of need to, or there was not a lot of want to stop over in Palma Flora for a lot of people, especially because with the pressing needs for supplies for the war effort. A lot of the main ships that were supplying them, some would stop over if they kind of were running ahead of schedule, but they would just skip Palma Flora, and because like they didn't have time for shore leave. Like no, fuck you, you're not getting shore leave. We're going right to Nicodranus, or right, like in particular, because that's the lead into like into Zadash and all the way into the and all the way across into the eastern part of the Wildmount. So like most of the people were not taking shore leave during the war effort just because they needed to like just beeline it to the main docks. So only a few people, only some were. So it was still like there's still great. There's a local crowd that still hangs around, and there's some just regular merchants that aren't involved with the wars that were still doing their thing. But you start to notice you get more people, as now people are get to like, oh yeah, I get to like, I don't have to rush right to Nicodranus. I can stop over, or I don't have to rush right to Port Damali. I can go to Palma Flora, spend the night, and be able to be fresh in the morning to make that final trip in through the bay, or whatnot. So you actually get a little bit of an increase, a bump up in the crowds. So it helps out. I would say on top of what you earn through if you were continue performing,
Which I was.
Yeah.
And
on top of what you earn, you get an additional. Let's double it up. An additional 40 gold in like working tips, but particularly tips.
So 40
plus whatever we figure out what the roll was. What the roll is.
It was 50.
It was. Well, we'll do another roll.
Yeah, we will do another roll. Yeah. That's fine. But let me grab this fantastic zebra ink pen and find one of these that we write on.
It's 55 for the first week.
Yeah, but the 40 bonus is because there's more people and tips.
Yeah, 55 for the first week. You have those 55. Now this time for the second week, you're gonna whatever we tabulate.
Whatever we roll.
You get an additional 40.
Cool.
So
well, that's cool and all. We can continue to play music while we're doing this. I don't I'm not gonna go looking for that puppet this week.
Yeah.
Maybe it depends on how my fortunes go for the time that it's summer break here in the
Yes.
tropics.
Yeah. So let's roll. Give me a performance check with an advantage.
Okay.
Also,
Advantage is way over here.
yes.
Like having to pick my mouse up 3 times to get over there.
Yes.
Performance, not perception. There we go. And
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Wow.
I'm
That
burning up all the
natural
good rolls.
20s.
Oh,
Yeah. So you get the 35 plus 40, which is you get 75.
Yeah,
gold.
that critical on shit that don't matter.
All
Critical
right.
loot.
That's right. Hey, but I am a support class, and I am here to support you guys. Adventuring is brought to you by the Candida Foundation, Toby, and viewers like you.
Thank you.
Or is it
So
just
let
for the
me-
band that makes, and you can like figure out, calculate costs and whenever anybody needs gold. Any other
I am
rabble-rousing
an
or
honest
carousing?
man, so everybody knows.
Any rabble rousing or carousing or anything else that you get down to?
Is there any rabble rousing going on? Like it's been 2 weeks. There's got to be a drunken sailor somewhere.
Yeah.
Anything
shall
fun
we do
happen,
with
Dungeon
him?
Master?
I mean, you can get to some like, let's see, drinks and group events. We can get to some carousing. Like actual carousing. And we can roll, and this would be fun.
I was gonna say, do I get a bonus for trying to like get a woman?
I
back
mean,
in my room?
Do I get a hood rat bonus with my friends?
All right. You can carouse. Okay, so it takes a little bit of resources. So you can carouse with lower class for 10 gold, middle class for 50 gold, and upper class. No, not even doing the upper class. There's no upper class here in this town.
We are the upper class.
Let's
Look at
see.
me.
I wonder. Okay,
I'm the upper class
who's
now.
the number? Okay, contact. All right. So what we'll do is, you'll do a persuasion check, and we'll see what happens with this table here.
Persuasion?
Yes,
Straight up?
straight up. Now tell me, do you really want to love me forever?
Oh. Or did I roll 2?
2.
Oh no! This is a 6 after
It was
month.
almost a
6.
20. I saw it.
It was almost a 20. As much as it can honestly be almost a 20. Yeah. So this is the carousing. Like the opportunity is to like make networking and make contacts. Unfortunately, you made no new contacts, but you did not make a hostile contact, which is a good thing. Your bonus helped you avoid not making a hostile contact. Which is nice. Yeah. I wonder if. All right. Oh well. We're using this as
me.
I wonder if we. And I think there's a. Let's see. There's downtime activities here. 127, and then I think there's like consequences for downtime activities. Guy over on the right keeps burping.
It is very directional audio.
Yeah, I love it.
Right.
Are you looking at the carousing complications? Edie?
Oh wait, yeah. I think there's yeah.
Okay.
So, Okay.
Unteamsman conduct.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that was fun. Okay, so I'm gonna use this. Let me see. I'm gonna roll something.
Ominously.
Yeah. There's no complications. That's fine. there's a 10% chance of triggering a complication. So I just rolled a D100.
A D100, a Zakihedron, if you will.
Yes. Which I think I've actually seen a D100, because normally you just roll two. You have two D10s. One of them has two double-digit numbers. But
I have
I've
that
seen,
one, but there's the fluid one.
Yes, there's the
That
actual
was
like
invented by
D100.
Luzaki.
Yeah. Like, there's an actual like D100 that's just like a big. It almost is just a round ball, like that has so many sides that it's almost round, which is fantastic.
I have a D10 that's inside of another D10, so you roll them both and you can just see through.
Nice.
And so it's two in one. That's pretty nice.
Nice.
The Zakihedron was filled with a fluid, and there were two Zakihedrons, but it was made by Luzaki is a famous Mississippi game shop owner, who, when I look at his Wikipedia picture, that's definitely at Gen Con.
Yes.
Like, we make fun of Yens for standing in front of a Gen Con, a background. But when you see back issues of Duelist and Arcane magazine, and a sign that says 12-piece sets of new dice colors, pearl copper, and the writing gets smaller and smaller the farther off
bronze.
the board it goes. Yeah.
Yes. It's like,
tip of the hat, Luzaki.
Yes. All big ups to Luzaki. One of the real ones. The homies. All my homies love Luzaki. Yeah, so a little bit of fun carousing, some working to pay the bills. Yeah. So next up, who's next for some more downtime activities, or there's things like religious services, more research, like more training work. Summer, do you have any activities?
Yeah, that was actually next on my list. I was going to go visit Berlin Tidebearer, Priest Palor, at the temple. See if he needs help with anything.
Yes. My child. Welcome to the temple again. Well, again, because you've been like praying. You've been doing your daily prayers, so he sees you again. So, welcome again. Odd to have you in at the rest of the day. What brings you in past your usual prayers?
I'm kind of bored, honestly. Looking for stuff to do. So, do you need help with anything?
Yes. There's quite a few things that we could help with. Especially we have a couple of monks on staff, but we always could use an extra hand. Yes. Come in. No, I have some things for you to do. If you want to help me this week, I have and then he leads you in, and you kind of like you do. You perform religious service. You're gonna be attend. It's gonna take a work week of winning the favor of the temple. What you'll do is you'll be attending rites, doing service, doing like community service around the temple does, doing services at the temple, maybe helping with things and tasks and chores around the temple and things like that.
I'm very agile. I'm good at like climbing the rafters and dusting high places.
Yeah.
The methodology you can.
So, but in particular, it's all like the helping with services and things like that. So what you can do is make either a religion or a persuasion check.
With religion. A 10 plus a 2
10.
makes a 12.
That's better
12.
than half bad.
Yeah. Ain't
And
half bad.
average.
Yeah. Let me pull it up again. Okay.
I tried not to half-ass any of my
Yeah.
tasks. I whole-assed all of them.
Yes. So, yeah, you earn one favor. With Pelor, you almost feel like a favor, the promise of future assistance from a representative. Yeah. So you earn the favor of the temple. They're at your beck and call, where they can help you out with something, I think it's like dealing with a specific problem. It says general political social support reduces the cost of a cleric spellcasting. It could also take a form of deity's intervention. There's a few things, but you have one favor, and it's something that I think I don't know if there's a place to store it, but you can always just keep it out down in the notes. You can have a maximum number of unused favors equal to 1 plus your charisma modifier. Minimum of 1. So I think yours is a -1. So
It is.
you have your minimum of 1.
Okay.
So you have your it works out that you rolled this way, because then you wouldn't have had to, like, you earn 2 favors, but you can only have 1.
You can't
So
give them away to friends.
Yeah. All right, and then I
Okay.
will do a. Let me just do a roll for fun.
A fun roll.
Yes. No complications.
I
Luckily.
didn't piss off the priest.
Yeah.
My unorthodox Palor ways.
I love one of the complications is blasphemy is still blasphemy, even if you did it by accident.
Yep.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yep. True words.
Yeah. So let's go. Who's next? Cilero. What did you? What activities have you gotten down into? More work or anything else?
You know what? I could. Yeah, let's go with another try at helping out around the bar.
Yeah. So you will do a. Let's see. I will. Helping. It's not on the list, but I'm just gonna give it to you just because it works better. The intimidation, just another intimidation check.
Ooh.
So I go up to a big scary guy and I look him in the face and I go, "Boo."
Your like voice crack or something. You don't even move correctly.
Poor lifestyle for the week. It's just like, yeah. You make what's that poor lifestyle? I always forget. Do we have that?
It
table?
It's
Just had it.
expensive.
4 is 2 silver,
silver
a
pieces.
day.
So you make 10 silver.
Ten silver. Great. Awesome.
On balance,
you're
based on
right.
like now some things that people you can control some people and they take some like damage out of your paycheck and like it's like it didn't work out and so make 10 silver, which I think that's 1 gold for what it's worth. Yeah. And then do you do anything like any other random like role player interactions, or do you talk to anybody, or like there's like anybody at the bar, like the any of the characters you met previously, or
Actually, no, what I haven't done. Wonder if there's anything sort of in the surrounding woods for me. If at night, helping out with the barn, being terribly intimidating to people.
yeah.
Um, thanks for the peanut gallery laugh, Brett.
Hey, I'm headed to a refrigerator to grab Diet Coke. Funny's funny.
But if there isn't something advantageous, I can hunt and or gather in the surrounding woods.
I hear there's a boar that's hanging out.
Let's see. Oh, do I have a...
Meet you, fool.
That's right.
Let me see.
Head toward that cloud. It smells like a skunk is set off over in this corner. Go head towards that smell, and you'll find this boar.
Just say, is there anybody in the group that needs like regions or anything that would be advantageous for me to grab? But I don't know which spellcasters need.
I will say, give me a survival check.
Oh, I have a +4 to this, so I'm gonna roll like a 2 or something.
Hey, I mean that's
or 7.
better.
7. Cool, awesome. I'm doing great tonight.
That's more than 3 times as good.
Who needs components?
Don't think I do.
I don't think I need components.
Is that yet?
Yeah. Unless there's druid spells that have material like valuable
I could always
components.
I could also try speaking with animals. See if they know anything of what's going on.
Yeah. It's just like
there's this board that's
I mean, like, as far as around the woods, you do find. I'm just trying to like look at. The. Okay, so spells. Spells. Okay, so spell level. A lot of them. I'm trying to see if there's any that need advanced filters. Material. I have a few of them. Yeah, it looks like a few of them do need material at first level. I'd say you're able to like scrounge up a few of like the. Let me see, like the. Should have actually just gone to. Lucius's character.
Yeah,
see the
but I
spells.
think the only, unless it consumes the material, I think I can just use my druidic focus.
Yeah.
Which is a
Oh, unless there's
Yeah.
What is it?
A drop of
Hold
water.
on. The word escapes me.
Yeah, the only thing that you might need is a drop of water or a piece of ice, which is for
Yeah.
your ice knife.
Unless there's, I remember the word now. Apothecary is what I'm looking for.
Oh,
Back in town, and maybe something that I find.
my druidic focus, by the way, is a red stem of Panama.
Yes, nice. Yeah. I would say like you kind of like go around the woods and you get like you various like you think wait, and then you start to think, you start to look for components, and you go to refresh, like, oh, what kind of spells do you think I need, and then you remember it's like, oh wait, and you recall it's like, oh wait, I don't think and then you just kind of get a few things. But not realizing that it doesn't really need them, but you get a few random mushrooms and reagents, and that you heard was like stuff druids use, but they end up just being useful for making like his stew for the night.
Are
but
any of the mushrooms smokable?
Yeah. You do find some pretty rocks for Summer that she likes. Yeah, something like that. Some like pretty little like little treats and so things like that. But mostly you're able to kind of get, you're able to just kind of like unwind a bit and just wander through the woods north of Palma Flora, and it's kind of like practice a little bit more of like your traversal stuff, and you're like using your free runner's armor and things like that. That's mostly what you're able to kind of like accomplish, and you're able to like safely get back. You don't get too lost out there on those unfamiliar woods. All right. Anything? I think the last one is Lucius. Quickly, anything you do on the second week?
Let's see. Other than what I've been doing of, just kind of practicing and whatnot. Yeah, not really, I guess.
Yeah, just
Maybe
chilling.
yeah, just chilling, man.
Yeah.
I generally spend like most of the daytime I'm kind of outside of the main town and like the surrounding forest. I don't, if not forest, the less built up area.
Yeah. Yeah. That is all set. All right. So, the third week, and then we'll have something happen. But the third week, probably go run through it. Presumably another week of just playing the night shows. You do notice that it's gotten over since the peace treaties, the crowds are livelier. You're still sustaining that really nice like carryover crowd of especially on big shipment days where people are passing through and just spending the night over in Palma Flora. You're getting a slightly different, nicer standout crowd. And yeah, you're still getting that same like boost in like pay and tips and things like that. But yeah, so Brett, give me another performance roll with advantage.
With advantage. Look at that. Come way over. Fix this. All right, performance. Hey, I think I performed.
Nice. Another
Nice.
24, nat 20.
Nice.
Drop that one.
Yes, another
101.
75 gold for the group.
All right.
Good lord.
Nice.
You do any other?
On this one, like I was wondering if on like my third night, can I well, we'll save that for later. Third night was a lucrative night.
Yes.
Um,
You're gonna buy that puppet now?
Third week, yeah.
or third week, yeah, third. So that was 75.
Yes.
All right.
So
do we notice anything different about the crowd?
Yeah, just I mean, it's a lot of the same. I mean, yeah, you're seeing, like I said, more of the bigger merchant, like ship crews stopping over.
So it's
more
same
often.
type. It's the same type of people, but more of them. It's not
More of
necessarily
them,
a different
and for
group.
the ones like more like personality types, probably pretty much similar, like the same like demographic breakdown of like personalities. So because
Okay.
like a lot of sailors work in different levels,
So it doesn't raise any alarms that these are different groups of people.
no, you just see if anything, it's like the people that are a little bit better, like they're the ones that got jobs with bigger companies and like a bigger like things. If anything, like that's like they have like maybe nicer like work clothes and things like that. And there's just fewer like bigger crowds and things like that. Yeah, and it's more, you see more, and what you see is, yeah, if anything, you see more Dwendalian, than Dwendalian like put through. You do see a slight, yeah, nothing alarming. You just see more of the like people from more Zemnian people, more of the, like the main Dwendalian people that are stopping over on their way to like there. You see more of that. But
Okay.
but a lot of similarities, but nothing that we would say is out of the ordinary. Just it makes sense for like, oh, okay, like post-war calm down, return to like, a post-war return to like the how things work, things like
Cool.
that.
Does Toby sing Mega the Splash?
I'm safe. Hey, don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
You may have been hearing me singing in the shower, but we're not ready. That's not ready for prime time.
Oh, okay.
Still trying to work out this like Venezuelan blue. Can't figure out the hook.
Yes. So who's next? Summer, did you have any other like activities you were getting down to? Your training, like any researching, anything else?
The only other thing I had in mind was just paying a visit to Darren O'Malik, just to
Yeah.
see how things are going. Is the town rebuilt? Is there any small odd jobs I could help with?
Yeah. So yes. Yes. Oh, hello. Young feline one. Yes, you're looking for work. Yeah, there. We have some ongoing projects, especially over more closer to the beach. We definitely want to make sure the beach side accommodations are back up and running. We're doing some reconstruction, remodeling. We're getting there. We're almost. I would say we're almost done. But we could use an extra hand for sure. And
I will lend a paw.
yes. And let's see let's see which one is a more advantageous. Okay, yes. Still, I would say what you can do is you just roll an athletics check.
The Oakland kind. Give me a rolly fingers.
All right.
6 plus a 3.
Let's see. There's not much. I will say it. It turns out that it's not so much. There's money in it. You get some money for supplies, but it's mostly volunteer work of just trying to help the town and stuff. But you do get some money for. You do get poor lifestyle. You do get a gold to be able to get things needed. Yeah, it's mostly volunteer work, but you do work on the beach, cleaning up debris, doing some mild things. Just because it was mostly the last minute stuff. Most of the things were cleaned up and ready, but you were kind of finishing up, getting the final like cleanup of like the tavern down there, the Shoreside Tavern, and a few things in some of the homes that are over by that beach. But unfortunately, you didn't roll high for wages.
That's all right. Money is our biggest driver.
Yeah. Okay, and luckily no complications. Yeah, let's just kind of a quick run through the last couple things. So Cilero, any activities, any things you get down to? Just the usual work.
Trying to think. I definitely want to spend my nights trying to make money, even though last time that went super great.
Yeah, we can just knock that out. Just give me another intimidation check.
Calling out.
Or yeah, okay, so that works out. So that would be modest lifestyle. Or do you want to would you prefer persuasion? Because like you want to like switch up the tactics to like just like maybe like you talk people down and like. Okay, well, never mind.
Don't know.
Modest lifestyle.
The dice are not in your favor.
I'll let you have
never
the intimidation check. I'll let you have the 13. Yeah, mod. I keep forgetting to have this table pulled up. Does anyone have the modest lifestyle numbers?
Modest is 1 gold piece.
Okay, so you make
I
a
thought that was
good
4.
like 5.
Yeah, I thought that was 4.
That's as much as a goat.
So
I thought 1 gold piece was a poor lifestyle because that's what I made last time was 10 silver.
2 silver pieces was poor.
Yeah.
wait.
2 silver per day.
1 gold
yeah.
total.
Sorry.
Because it was like 2 plus 2 times 5, which is 10 silver. I think 10 silver is equal.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's the 5 days. Got it.
Yeah.
So it's 5. I've made 5 gold for the week. Essentially.
Yeah. It worked out better.
I can deal with that.
Like I said, 1 gold piece is worth a goat.
Yeah.
It's a lot of goats. You could retire.
And I'd also trying to think what you'd want me to throw this as and see if it would be worth it. But if I could maybe go into some crowds and see if I could during the day as people are out playing, sort of try to people watch and see if I can hear any interesting conversations coming out of the more bustling town that we have now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's see. I'm going to let would make more sense? Let's go with all right. Yeah, more keenness around every awareness. Let me have just a nice general perception check. Oh, there you go.
That's how you do it.
24.
I
There you
rolled
go.
well.
Yes. Yeah, you definitely are able to kind of you spend your days you have your ears to the ground. You see a lot, you hear a lot of the rumors. So what you hear a lot of some rumors is you hear some rumors about just here and there. You hear some rumors about an important noble woman out of Porto Mali getting kidnapped, possibly by Griffjaw, but hearing things here and there, like just recently, that they may have what you hear was like being kidnapped by what looked like a pair of like orc ruffians. And they suspect, the local rumors of they hear that information and they wonder like, oh, is that Griffjaw? Are they working jobs in Port Mali now? What's going on with that? And then you hear things like that that a nobleman might be looking to there might be somebody that had ties to some of the to Alfie Sapphire Burster, one of the dwarf guards, somebody that she used to work for. But you just kind of hear some of that rumors. You hear rumors about like the chatter of course, the chatter of about the peace treaties and things like that. You hear that like all of this was negotiated by this weirdo motley crew of adventurers called the Mighty Nine. There's like, oh man, there's like these guys, the Mighty Nine. There's like 7 of them, but they call themselves the Mighty Nine. There's like there's like this weird crew, and they heard those are the rumors. Spoilers for Campaign 2 Critical Role. The things like that. You hear things that are working out in that regard. And then you also hear rumors about a bunch of people that follow this like up and coming demigod or god, or nobody knows what it is, or like possibly a cult. Either it's a new religion or a cult, or who knows the difference between those two things. For the Traveler, and supposedly there's a lot of people like setting out travel plans for Rumblecusp for something called TravelerCon. Things like that. But aside from those references, those fun references I get to make, the things like that, a lot of like chatter around the town, around about possible activities of what Griffjaw is up to. You hear that that Mega is probably trying to leverage him having that book, and things like that. But you're not quite sure. Not everyone knows a lot, everything. They're just, even they aren't perfect as far as like the chatter, but but you hear a lot of things about those things. Does that make sense?
Yes.
A lot of it is just like a lot of it is just more about the activity of people finally getting back to everyday life, getting back to normal. Being able to just like not have to like break their backs with these heightened shipping and heightened supply needs for the war effort. Now they're getting back to like their usual merchant. Like even though there was extra money in it, now they can kind of find a better balance. Some people were like missing the war, but a lot of the workers and merchants were like, oh, we can get back to a better like balance and things like that. Yeah.
I invest in war bonds. You will now call me Toby Warbucks.
Yes.
I made my fortune.
Yeah. So that's what you kind of get down to. And then the other random little rumors here and there, but that's what you get. Any last any activities, Lucius?
No, I guess not. I mean,
Yeah.
just kind of taking it easy
Yeah.
after that bit of excitement.
Yeah, you kind of like hang out with the crew. Yeah, you have you've been like you've gotten yourself a little like you have this party, but you also have like your like hangout crew that you found like these couple of friends that you like relax with.
Right.
One of them
Yeah.
one of them is a canid named Felt.
Okay.
And he's a pretty cool like what looks like a almost like a schnauzer like, but obviously upright and about as tall as a canid, about as tall as a halfling, like a few feet tall. And the other one is this pretty surprisingly chill dragonborn, named let's see, what is his name? Laron, yes.
Laron.
Yeah. Oh, around like your age, relatively. In like obviously the candid is much younger in years, but he's like around your. You figure based on like candid lifespan, he's around your age.
Gotcha.
But they're both like pretty they appreciate your stuff, and they're the ones that you've been kind of like hearing from all the like the chatter about that filtered through a stoner chatter about
Right.
about the war and things like that.
A couple of conspiracy theories here and there.
Yeah.
Something else I want to do is I know that there's kind of the two main drugs, but and these guys might be able to help. I just want to like go through the over time, just kind of do a little foraging for things that I know would be provide interesting experiences.
Yeah.
You
Experimentation
on the
in
side now.
fantasy world is a bad idea.
What's that, Drew?
Experimentation in the fantasy world seems like a bad idea.
Here,
All of a
drink
sudden,
this
you do the
potion.
wrong thing, and you're going on a trip to a completely different dimension. Literally, why?
One time I smoked so much and I blew a cloud out, and then I walked through that cloud, and then I was in Ravenloft.
Never go to Ravenloft?
Don't walk into any dank
That's-
clouds. You don't know where you're gonna end up.
Right.
That's so Ravenloft.
Yes.
You get taken by
Right.
Strahd.
Yeah. Or any of the other terrible, almost exactly the same as like horror characters.
Yeah. I would say give me a survival check.
Okay.
Are you gonna survive these morning glory seeds?
Or
This
yeah,
banana peel that you threw out in the
yeah.
back.
Okay. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
20.
You find what
Oregano.
you find
No.
no. Well, this is a spell, but it's fine. You find some find some nice like purplish purple tinge with like red spots. Mushrooms out like other in the woods north of town.
All right.
Where'd that? Holy crap!
The music scared me.
Sirenscape is like, yo, what up, Sirenscape? You find it was like this, like almost like perfectly timed. And I would say you find like a little bit of stash, and you're enjoying it with your friends. They kind of basically have the similar effect, though not full on like magical effect, but to medicinal mushrooms with like you kind of like have like a hallucinogenic, it's like you you just have a nice moments, man.
All
Yeah.
right, man.
You feel some like connection. You have like some nice moments where you feel some like connection to the wild mother a little bit. You have like, and you can feel like oh yeah. You kind of connect a little bit more with the wild mother in those moments, and you feel a little bit more sure of what your path is, man. Like your this is your purpose, man. This is your purpose.
All right, man.
Also, Laron's like skin is funny.
It's kind of rippling a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fantastic. Yeah, and so a lot of those things happen. You kind of spend a lot of like evenings and mornings in the your downtime, or sometimes in the merchant's respite. And you hear those things. So at one day in that third week, it's somewhere like the third week of Undalar. Like Zenith's like about a week or so away. Kind of sitting around the bar. It's just a regular day at the bar. Let me put down that music. That friendly tavern.
Lay down the sick beats. The friendly tavern.
You hear that burping it again. This is a nice like capper. This is gonna set us up for the next adventure. So you're kind of like you're all chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. Chilling at the merchant's respite. Just spending your time to just it's you're kind of chilling at the bar. Beska Wells is behind the bar as usual. Like doing their thing. There's people around. I'm gonna say, who would want to give me one person give me a perception check. This is like you got to read around the bar. Who wants to give me that perception?
I have a
can do it.
I have a +4, but I'm a terrible roll tonight. So
So Summer can be like the snoop and like watching everyone.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Okay. I would say that's going to be a nice roll. That should get you a lay of what's going on, because there's not there's not a lot of things that are hidden. It's just a matter of like getting a good read of just what's happening. Beska Wells is doing her thing. She's not paying too much attention to any particular person, but other than like you see her, you've been seeing her kind of doing a little bit of extra chatting up of Darren and Malik, maybe a little bit of flirting, as it were. You do notice today in particular, to this early evening, Valsian Vorpos, the gnome mage, he's over in the corner, kind of like just nursing. Who's at the bar, just kind of nursing a whiskey, just sitting there, as usual. It's that usual crowd, all the tables. It's early, so they haven't like fully like come in, but there's a crowd, as you can hear. There's a few people playing cards on the at the longer tables over. If you remember, like stage right, as it were, from the bar, or left of the entrance, like that area where it's mostly just like long tables that are communal. So a lot of people are playing cards there and things like that. A lot of people are eating, drinking. Eventually, you kind of like hear the tavern door open, and a figure steps into the light of the tavern door. You see it's afternoon, so you see the afternoon kind of at his back. Stomps the bit of the water and wetness from his boots a little bit, from his boots a little bit at the entrance. About behind him, you see two armed guards. He's about like 6 feet tall, dressed in like very like nice like blue and purple clothes. You see like he looks like an important person. Figure from like a nearby like bigger city. He kind of walks around, looks around at different places. He looks intently. And are you guys kind of gathered together in a place, or like are you usually your usual booth?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are gathered together.
Yeah. So he
Friends,
like
we are gathered here today.
he kind of like he eyes around, and then he looks at the group. It's like he gives a quick look and try to reads, almost like he's trying to like match a description in his mind of that maybe somebody gave him. And he's like, aha! He walks over to you guys like, I believe it is you who I'm looking for. You're the party that helped this town for some issue with a storm and an orc or something.
Indeed.
That's us.
Yes. Nice to meet you. I pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Baron Mansour. I am a noble from. I hail from Port Damali. I'm one of the important one of the bigger families in Port Damali. The Mansour family. I've heard you heard of us. I imagine you've heard of us. I come up with you with an urgent need. As I need some people to help me with, and my trusted old general, one of the people I used to work with, Alfie, recommended you as as able-bodied an able-bodied crew that would be able to help me with this.
Sure.
Word spread of our heroics all the way to Port Damali?
Well, no. I honestly, until I got here, I hadn't heard of you guys. But I came here to see my old. I came here to see my old trusty Alfie, who used to work with me back in the day, who used to be a part of my guard, a big part of my personal private army. Who I haven't had need for employing in a while, but I came to her and she was less than keen to pick up the old skills and do more covert activities for me. But she did recommend you, and I believe. Oh, your name. You must be Tony, right?
Tony?
You mean Toby? Maybe?
Oh.
Yeah, you must be speaking of me. I am Tobold.
Okay. That makes sense. I must have misheard. And this must be your crew. Let me not make the mistake again. Let me hear you. What are your names?
The name of our band.
This is as individuals. Yeah. Like, what are your names? You and.
I am Lucius Zanero.
It turns to Summer. It's like,
Wind and Summer, but you may call me Summer.
Summer. Yes, that's wonderful. And you, young sir.
I'm gonna give him a side eye for acting so weird, but Cilero Italian's the name.
I've never heard the name. I don't believe I've heard this name, but yes, wonderful to meet you all. I hopefully you haven't heard because we try to keep this under wraps, but there's a big pressing need. My daughter has been kidnapped by some ruffians, some orc ruffians, who I believe you've been having your own dealings with. I believe you dealt with the Griffjaw clan.
Yes.
Yes, I've been. We believe that they've been at the hand of. Well, we kind of more or less were confirmed that they were at the hand of our kidnapping. They one night, not too long ago, Nadia was coming back from her usual studies. She's one to read. You know, she's a very scholarly, she's very brilliant young woman who brings me much pride. But she was coming back from her studies and was kind of jumped from a pair of orcs that kind of wanted to take her away. Unfortunately, she was able to kind of more or less stave off the two of them. She's pretty handy with a dagger herself. I kind of taught her myself. Want to keep her protect herself. She can save her own self. Kind of got one. In fact, she got one in the shoulder and got the other one in the thigh, and was able to just run off. But unfortunately, a third, one that kind of apparently was a massive one with a mohawk, caught her by surprise and knocked her unconscious with his hand axe. The city guard tried to chase after them, but they could not. Apparently, they got on the backs of three vultures the size of horses and just took off. One of the guards was able to take one out with an arrow, but they got away. I had a lot of requests and I had a lot of ideas about what I wanted to do. But we raided for a ransom. I kind of I lost my head, but my advisors told me that my best course of action was to wait and see what and keep the matter quiet and wait to see if they would send a ransom letter. And lo and behold, 3 days later, we got a letter. Let me pull it. He pulls out a letter, and I'll just read it for you. It's like, if you, I think they meant to spell hope here, so I'm gonna go with that. If you hope to, it's the letter. It's just number 2. See, you daughter. I think they meant your daughter. Okay, you daughter alive. Bring 10,000 gold. I imagine they wrote with a round number because they could just keep adding zeros. Gold pieces in a sample wooden crate. Not great spelling on the crate. To the old pirates' caves at the ghost home. Send only one man unarmed in a rowboat. Once we have received and counted the gold, we will return the girl with your man. Any hint at soldiers, adventurers, or assassins, and the girl gets a spear through one of her pretty brown eyes. More or less, I kind of fixed their errors as I read them, but not great spellers, so it's just but I knew what I had to do. So my advisors, they told me to agree to the terms, and that's what, as far as they know, that's what we're going to do. We're going to send my trusted bodyguard, Tazim Haji, with the gold. They've been telling me that she'll be alive and that once we get the money, she'll be returned. But my pride is wounded. I am a Mansoor. I can't have this happen. This I cannot stand. We do not let such insults pass lightly. Here's my plan. These orcs have stolen my heart from me. As my man delivers the ransom to the orcs, I want you to sneak onto their island, find my daughter, and slay the bastards who took her. Do this, and I will pay you handsomely. And as he says that, he pulls out a nice fat pouch and just stomps it down, and you hear the sound of like a pouch of gold just hit with a thunk. It's more gold than you've seen in any one given moment. It's a hefty pouch. That is a down payment of 800 gold pieces. I will double it when you bring me back my daughter. Triple it if you bring me the head of the orc who leads the Griffjaws. What say you?
I'm actually going to kill your daughter when we sneak in.
That's what I trust. That's what I trust you. This is going to be I think if we don't do this, I think she's dead no matter what.
You know what? We are pretty good at sneaking. We do have a history of that together. So maybe we'll be okay.
Yeah,
I'm all for the rescuing part, but being a hired murderer is a little else. But
Hey, they started it.
Hey, so here's what you do. I'm going to give you as much time as you need to consider the offer. I'll give you, but no more than an hour, and I will be over by the East Gate. Over by where Alfie works. Chatting with them. I'll be over there. Okay, we do have some catching up to do, so just kind of hanging out. But once you kind of come to your decision, just come see me. But thank you for your time either way. Remember, this is my down payment. I do not expect this back. I trust you will be intrigued, and I trust you will at least be someone that nobody knows and can't be traced back to me. Thank you. hopefully see you over by the East Gate. And he kind of turns around and walks out of the tavern. His 2 guard kind of like follow behind. And you may deliberate amongst yourselves.
I don't know if there's much to deliberate.
Anything you guys discuss?
The only thing I'm curious is why his daughter? Why would they? Like, I want to ask that.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Like why him?
Yeah, why
Yeah.
him, man?
Yeah. And
Did he
yeah, as
do
you're
something
talking about
to
that,
piss them off? I don't. That's odd.
Nadia means it's like, okay, Nadia, and like as you're saying that, as you're talking about it, and you have like oh yeah, what who's this that Nadia Mansour? Why her? And like Valsiern kind of like perks up. You almost hear him off of the corner at the bar, like yes. You said he was saying not Nadia Mansour, not Nadia Mansour. Yes, Nadia Mansour. Yes, she's just not. She's not just some noble girl. She's the wild mount. She's the menagerie coast. Hell, even the wild mount's most sought after mine in the field of philology. It all makes sense. It's the book. There's a side note, footnote. Philology, as I learned by Googling, is the study of languages, in particular ancient languages.
Oh, all right, it's come full circle.
Yeah, but that's all you hear. It's like the book. Yeah, we the book has been the issue. We've been trying to decipher the language of the book. No matter what we do, it's been it's written in a very ancient language, and which is normally not an issue for us. As I imagine you've seen other wizards and mages. Several of us know comprehend spells, and we can comprehend languages. So we normally something is an old language. You just comprehend the language and at least get the information before we move on learning about the language structure. But no spells can decipher it. Anything like comprehend languages, in fact, make it worse and even more incomprehensible. We think it's a long lost tome, but we're not sure what the real purpose of the book even is. It's the best. I mean, it's all rumors, but the best that we can gather is that it's unspeakably evil, and granting any who can understand it great power. If the book is in the hands of the Griffjaws, and they are using Nadia Mansour to decipher its contents, well, it's possible that all of the Menagerie Coast could be in grave danger.
Oh, good.
So if all of this is true, and they need her to decipher it, I highly doubt that her life is actually in danger, unless she can't decipher it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would definitely think about helping.
Discretion probably still the best thing, but
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, anything else you ask, or anything you decide to do before you presumably meet up with Mr. Mansour?
I can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
so about that.
Yes. And Nadia Mansour, and then it's just kind of like, it's like, yes, I knew it has to be the case. Yes, and it has to be the case. And then he just kind of like walks away from you and just kind of sits back at the bar and just kind of keeps muttering to himself. It's that the book, prime. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, and just kind of keeps muttering to himself. So you guys had.
I would say somebody needs to buy that guy a drink, but it sounds like that's not the issue here.
Yeah. Yeah, like he kind of downs a little bit next, and then you see Beska brings over another one and kind of like pats him on the shoulder. It's like, hey, this one's on me. It's okay. Because you notice that she's kind of like not always giving him free drinks, but like the occasional one, and just kind of trying to comfort him because him and like the other survivors have been dealing with a lot, and they're not what you would say fighters. And to seeing all that blood and viscera and the dead orcs and the dead people and things like that, it kind of was a little bit much for them. So they've been getting help. So you head over to the East Gate. You kind of head over to the kind of the which is over in the kind of residential areas. It's further down the road from the merchant's residence, and you go into the residential like area, like the local residential area, and you go to that the more private gate, and you meet up with Mansoor. It's like, yes, I well, welcome, and he's talking with Alfie. He's like, thank you, wonderful seeing you again, Alfie dear. Hope to be able to work together in the future. You know you love me. It's like, fine, maybe. It's like whatever. It's like yes. I take it by you coming here that you're going to take me up on my offer.
That's why we're here.
So let's get down to planning. So here's the game plan. I'm going to have you. The ransom exchange is set for sunrise 3 days from now. After I've got your ride on a fishing boat to tomorrow morning. I've got you hooked up. So I've got you with a fishing boat, very discreet for tomorrow morning, and I've got these things for you. And then he kind of pulls out these. You're gonna need these. So you're gonna need this wand. Let me see. I'm gonna give it to. I'll give it to I'll give it to you, Toby. And you get the wand. That is a wand of fireworks. It's going to be integral. Because once you've secured my daughter, once you've saved my daughter, and whether you decide to simply rescue my daughter and leave things be, or whether you decide to dispatch with these disgusting orcs, you're going to get to safety and shoot off the fireworks, and I will get a team to you to be able to pick you up and take you out of there.
Abracadabra.
You give them a signal, you fire the flare, and they give me, and our people will know that you're safe. Once you get there, time will be of the essence. As far as we know, as far as we're calculating, Alfie secured us someone to sail the boat for us. She says that you had some interaction with the sailor. It's a dwarf by the name of Brimley Stormbreak. And
isn't that drunk you guys rescued before the storm?
Yes, he's a bit of a drinker, but he's a damn good sailor, at least according to Alfie. It's like it's also, and the Alfie's like, he's also one of the only ones that would be dumb enough to do this. So we figure he'll be able to work out. So the plan is you will sail for the day along the outskirts of Ghost Helm. Once the ship is roughly 15 miles west of the island, he'll set you off on a sailboat, on a rowboat. Yeah, on a rowboat under cover of night. So it's like 2 days. So we'll say like the morning, and then that's it. So I paid him to keep his boat there for 2 days. With a case of Calcibranian wine. No, wine. Is that supposed to be wine? It says win. With a case of Portamale wine. Some nice
Pure win.
Yes.
That's right.
Some pure vintage. He couldn't resist. So we believe that will take you roughly 5 hours to reach an island in the rowboat. Approximately a little bit past the middle of the night. Once on the island, I figure you will have about 5 hours to be able to get from where you're going to land to their camp in the over the Janto Spire. There you will try to do what you can to rescue Nadia, and fire off the flare once you are safe. See, he's been. If you notice, anybody want to do an insight check?
Sure, I'd do an insight check.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. How insightful.
9.
I mean, you don't. I was gonna say you don't gather much about him other than you can kind of see that he's been chewing his nails a bit, almost to kind of like they're bleeding a bit. Okay.
Wow. Don't do that, man.
And like so once the signal is given, me and a militia, I'll be standing by on a warship that I have ready about 20 miles south. Once you give the signal, I will send us a militia of 50 guards, a militia of about 50 guards, 8 veterans, and 2 knights. So I will have a militia of set in there to wipe them from the planet. They will attack their ships. Otherwise, if you don't give us a signal, we will have to surrender the ransom as requested, because otherwise I cannot ensure the safety of my daughter attacking this way. So how does that sound as a plan?
Risky.
Yes. And that's why I have you people.
Oh, good.
So
I always love being called a you people. This band of us.
Yes.
I think that sounds about the best we can do
Yes.
given the situation.
Yeah, and then as you stand there on the east gate, standing before this tall human noble, about to set off in a wild rescue mission. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it for today.
All right.
That's exciting. This is gonna be fun. There's gonna be some stealthing, some traversing, some deciding on advantageous paths. So look forward to that next week. Thank you for hanging with us on this like chill like downtime activities episode of the adventure. You can of course follow us along on twitch.tv/RevelliTV. for our D&D streams every Tuesday. We also do Record Breakers every Wednesday, where we talk about music. We talk about an album at a time, like a little book club for music. It's fun. We also do some space trucking. Me, Brett, and Daisy, we do some space trucking. We do Astroneer.
Come on.
Come on.
It's a
I'm
fun
along for the
time.
ride.
Yes. It's a fun time. This Thursday, we might be in for another fun surprise because who knows, I may have done some some fixing of things off camera.
No, who can say?
Who can say? Maybe saved us some tedium. But you can find that out on Thursday. Check it out. Just follow the channel, and you'll be notified when we're live. So yeah, keep following the things. Follow the YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube at youtube.com/RevelTV. I'll try to have those out, the podcast form of this show and like the YouTube form of the show out as soon as I get around to do it. It's pretty busy with being a retail worker and a full-time student, but I still this is the stuff that actually makes me happy. So I'm once I get down and put the time, I will have that up. So yeah, follow the things, follow the channel, subscribe to the YouTubes and the streams, and share and like. Until next time, hasta los huevos.
Toodaloo.
Don't forget to love each other.